All right, you guys, peep game. I wanted to talk about this. So it's been a few hours since it's been announced that basically, you know, White Magic, Vito Manicki Jr. basically will have a no contest versus Connor Coyley because basically Connor Coyley has been suspended indefinitely because he tested positive for a performance enhancing drugs. Or yeah, he tested positive for performance enhancing drugs. Excuse me, it's a little late. I'm getting tired. But I wanted to put this out here because as you can see, it's been hours. Nobody's made no videos talking about this. Nobody's discussed cheating in boxing. Now, nobody's made no videos going in on, you know, white magic saying, "Hey man, why is he protesting? He, he should have did something to get us. He should have did enough to win, decisively." There ain't no videos being made. Where all these where all the so-called brother boxers at? Where Tim Bradley at? Where all these guys at condemning him? And don't give me this stuff about, well, at least he didn't try to sue like that. Listen, the lawsuit didn't have nothing to do with people going in on Devin Haney. They was mad because Ryan Garcia was the one that did something wrong, but everybody was going in on Devin Haney. It just goes to show you the racial double standard in boxing. That's all you have here. At the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. This is dangerous. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like hearing about this kind of stuff. I'm gonna say this once again. I don't give a damn what color a boxer is. If you get caught cheating, you should be condemned, and that's just real talk. Now here it is. Here it is. You know, here it is. A guy that's tested positive, and Connor Coyley, but ain't nobody made no videos talking about him actually testing positive for PED. But you got these coon ass niggas making videos accusing Terrence Crawford of being on PEDs, or Devin Haney, dudes who never tested positive. But here's a dude that actually and factually tested positive for PED, but ain't nobody made one video about it. You know why? Because they don't care. As long as they can, run a nigga's name through the mud, then it's all good because it leads to clicks and views. Because black people stay on everybody's mind no matter what it is. So you see in the double standard, ain't nobody made no videos talking about this. I ain't seen no video from Fight Hype. I ain't seen no video from Fight Hub. I ain't seen no video from Ellie. I ain't seen no video from other dudes. Some of the more bigger platforms. I'm the only one who's talked about this. Because at the end of the day, I don't like cheating. Once again, these fighters are putting their life on the line. They have families. They have wives. They have children. These dudes, every time they go in the ring, there's a chance that one punch, they could be out of here. They could either suffer permanent damage. They could end up in a coma, or they could actually end up dead. I done did stories on boxers who have died in the ring. And then you got people putting shit in their body that gives them an advantage. Now, where's all that? Where's all that? Well, the amount, you know, you know, where where's all that? Where's all that? Well, the amount that's in the system that really didn't make a difference. Oh, he should, what, you know, where's all the excuses on why, White Magic didn't secure the fight or do enough to win the fight? There ain't been no videos talking about this. They only care, like I said, when it happens to a brother. Terrence Crawford, they got his name slandered primarily by black content creators. It ain't really been the Hispanics, but they riding that wave. They bandwagon these black content channels that's accusing black fighters, and particularly Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, using PEDs. But they ain't really been made no videos accusing Terrence Crawford. And you know who the ringleader. And I'm glad that Terrence Crawford is in all likely gonna sue his ass, because you have no proof. There's been a few of these dudes. The ringleader have been that goofy ass glasses wearing, fake large professor looking nigga. that goofy dude who's supposed to be a manager, and I'm trying to figure out who the hell you manage. Obviously, nobody of substance, and obviously, you don't have no moral compass. You just sat up there and accused a black man of being on PEDs with no proof. And like I said, all of a sudden, like I said before, only the black fighters get the bad stuff, get the PEDs, but the Mexicans, they just get regular stuff. Nah, he ain't gonna say nothing because dude ain't black. So here it is. Here it is. A dude that flat out tested positive for PEDs and Connor Corley. He tested positive. He's been suspended indefinitely. Ain't nobody made one video talking about it. None of the bigger platforms have made one video talking about this. Just like there was barely any waves about, basically the dude, Jaime Mugia tested positive against. Jaime Mugia tested positive. Nobody said nothing. But the dude who cheated, Ryan Garcia, they had every excuse in the book, and they slandered Devin Haney's name. Slandered his name. Here's a dude that actually got caught, but ain't nobody said nothing. There ain't been no videos been made. Look. And you guys have the right to ask Ellie Setback, and I'm naming names. You need to ask Ellie Setback, Marcos Fight Hype, why haven't they made any videos about this dude testing positive? But yet you putting up every video about somebody accusing Terrence Crawford. And then you got Sean Porter trying to sit up there and insinuate Sean Porter just being a coon. Sorry, Kenny, your son being a coon and a handkerchief head. He being a Sambo. Gotta be said. Sorry, Kenny, you my boy, but I'm just calling it how it is, and I'll tell Sean to his motherfucking face he being a coon. You use the Terrence Crawford name to pick up subscribers and get views to your channel. And Terrence Crawford's supposed to be your motherfucking friend. Some friend you is. Oh, he told me, like, bro, get out of here, man. But that's what I'm saying, bro. And then you tried to insinuate Devin Haney was taking PEDs. This is your so-called black brothers, though. I don't see Tim Bradley talking about this. I ain't seen nobody making videos talking about this, about how we need to really look into this and how we need to come after these fighters. These fighters need to be condemned. And to be honest with you, they need to consider like pressing charges against these dudes. Because at the end of the day, if you under performance enhancing drugs, you got an advancement. And then for people to sit up here trying to talk stupid, saying, oh, performance enhancing drugs don't make a difference. That's ridiculous. That's like saying that's like saying 90 proof don't make you get drunk. That's like saying cocaine don't make you get high. That's like, man, come on, man. Who the hell you think you talking to, dude? You trying to sit up here and insult people's intelligence. So once again, Connor Corley, who fought Vito Manicki Jr., aka White Magic, and the magic scene that worked for him back in March at the theater at Madison Square Garden, basically he tested positive. Now nobody don't want to be a scientist. Now nobody ain't sitting up saying, well, the amount of, that ain't gonna make a difference. Skills pay the bills. And the funny thing was when White Magic announced this via X, people were celebrating him. Yeah, we got to get these cheaters. Yeah, that's good. But these the same people that made every excuse in the book for Devin Haney, vilified him. Yeah, and this is why I operate on the island of my own. This is why, dude, I stopped like talking to a lot of these dudes. This is why I don't go on boxing outlets. This is why I work by myself. I don't want to come on these dude platforms, and don't invite me, because if you ain't gonna call it right down the line, if you gonna be nitpicky when you want to discuss PEDs or dudes get, dudes testing positive for PEDs, then, if you only care when it's a black dude, or should I say a black dude that got, like I said, Devin Haney's treatment over the last year was despicable. You had people that was actually, you had black boxers attacking him. You had MMA fighters. So where that coon at, Quentin Rampage Jackson and his coon son? And you can send this to him. And I went on his channel, and I went on his channel. I went on his Instagram channel and said, okay. So let me get this straight. You back Ryan Garcia up, a dude who said all that racist shit, but you sitting up here attacking Devin Haney, talking about fuck Devin Haney. Fuck you, nigga. Now what? There ain't been one video talking about this. But then again, Ryan Garcia sat up there and said that, he wanted to eliminate black people. He wanted to dig up George Floyd's grave and delete him again. But, you had people, either they didn't say nothing or they tried to pull that, you black people are too emotional and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I don't think. And then you had fighters defended him and stuff. You had Keyshawn Johnson, taking up for Ryan Garcia. But then we already know that Keyshawn Johnson is a marshmallow ass nigga. You went in there and you tried to fight a dude who had beat your brother. Your brother took his loss like a man, but you went in there. Oh, we didn't try to jump him, nigga. You went in his locker room and you had no business going in his locker room. That's real talk. That was weak what you did. And then now all of a sudden you cool with Teofimo Lopez because you sitting up here having a sympathy party for yourself. Oh man, I'm just going through some things. Look, listen, dude, you wasn't going through nothing. You were scared of De Los Santos. Yeah, I said it. You were scared of De Los Santos, and you just wanted a way out of that fight. They hired somebody to help you shed the 2 pounds so you can make the weight, allegedly. And you refuse to make weight. That's just real talk. And you refuse to cooperate. You refuse to let the dude help you make weight for the fight. You was looking for a way out of that fight, and that was the bottom line, because you were scared. You doubted yourself. And then you wonder why Top Rank didn't put you on the shelf. They put a lot of stuff. And listen, I'm not sitting up here, and don't come with that, oh man, why you take it up for the white man? No, I ain't taking it up for the white man. I'm just telling the damn truth. They put you in a position where you could fight in your hometown. You had people buy tickets to come see you fight in your hometown, and you basically let them down by intentionally not making weight. But then you got all the smoke in the world for Devin Haney. But you got something to say about Devin Haney. At least Devin Haney made weight for every fight. Teofimo Lopez sat up there and put some bananas by your hotel room, and you sitting up saying you want to be cool with him. Man, fuck you, nigga. Real talk. And you can send this to Keyshawn. I ain't worried about Keyshawn. Like I said, bro, don't get mad at me. You sitting up there forgiving Ryan Garcia. You forgiving Teofimo Lopez. Like I said, at the end of the day, bro, you let everybody in your hometown down. They paid to come see you fight, and you sat up there and showed nothing but unprofessionalism. Then when the dude beat your brother took his loss like a man, and you went in his locker room. Oh, I didn't jump nobody. And then at the same time, like, dude, get out of here, man. It ain't no excuse for what you did. But you did that to a black dude. You did that to a black dude, another black man. But you sitting up there taking pictures with Ryan Garcia and shit after he said he wanted to kill black people. And he wanted to dig up George Floyd's grave. But you want to spare him. You want to forgive him. But you sitting up calling Devin Haney a bitch. Like, dude, like, nigga, stop. Like, stop. Like I said, at the end of the day, you was looking for a way out of that fight. You didn't all the way believe in yourself. Oh, I'm moving up. I'm moving up. Hey, man, get out of here, dude. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. I ain't worried about none of these. I ain't worried about none of these boxers. I don't give a damn if they do interviews with me, because it just got to be said. Just got to be said. Why you want to, if you get mad at me for something that I'm saying, why don't you get mad at all these other people? Talking about Teofimo back on your good side. Nigga, what? Why? Why? Just saying. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really could dig into Keyshawn Davis, but I'm not. Like, he already showed who he is. And that's all it come down to. And I'm gonna say this again, Keyshawn. Like I said, we could talk about it. All you got to do is call Bernie the Boxer. He got my number. I'll tell you over the phone, and I'll tell you to your motherfucking face. I ain't afraid of nobody. That's just real talk. Like I said, now nobody ain't got nothing to say. It's funny. The only people that's getting accused of using PEDs is black fighters. But you got white boys, you got Mexicans tested positive for PED, but ain't nobody making no videos. All in the name of clicks and views. So, I'm just saying, ain't been one video talking about. Now, what's gonna happen is somebody that watches my channel, because a lot of them, a lot of the big wigs watch my channel. They gonna probably do some short drive-by, video, a walk-by video, a quick video. But like I said, Ryan Garcia tested positive. You had people making every excuse in the book. Ryan Garcia got caught in lie after lie about how that shit got in his system. Listen, he took it, he intentionally took it. Then you had all these people like trying to break down. Everybody became a scientist. Blue Blood just last week exposed how many clients that Victor Conte have, or how many non-black clients he got. At least 13 of them were Hispanic or of Mexican descent. But they legit. But, once again, only Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford got the cloud of suspicion around them. Make that make sense. Because somebody, please explain that to me. I'm waiting for somebody to, like I said, bro, I used to trap. Let me tell you something. When I used to go buy a pack, there wasn't either it was good or it was bad. There wasn't no section of the pack that was bad. But that's how y'all trying to play this with Victor Conte. So Victor Conte, like I said, he giving the brothers the so-called good stuff, which would be, the PEDs. But then, you know what I'm saying? But then the Mexicans or the Hispanics, they getting what you would call the duds. So like I said, either it's all PEDs or it ain't. So if Terrence Crawford is on PEDs and he is Snack Klein, that means every motherfucking body is on PEDs that's affiliated with Snack. But you only want to focus on the black fighters. And don't come on here talking about, oh man, hey man, why you race bait? Why you making this about race? Why you Listen, man, you got the wrong dude. Don't come on here trying that with me. Because all you're going to do is piss me off and you're going to make me get even more. You know what I'm saying? you gonna make me get even more mad and start cooking y'all. Don't sit up here and insult my intelligence. So like I said, here it is, another fighter. He not black. Conor Corley. Once again, for those who don't know, he's been suspended indefinitely by the New York State Athletic Commission for testing positive for PEDs in his March fight, I think, against Vito Manicki Jr., aka White Magic, in the theater at Madison Square Garden. He tested positive for PEDs. I mean, I wonder, was it his excuse gonna be? Let me guess. It was the T, like they saying with Oscar Valdez. Now all of a sudden Oscar Valdez accidentally took PEDs. Do you think that would fly if Devin Haney or Terrence Crawford tested positive for PEDs? They would be calling for blood. They would be calling for them to go to jail. They would be saying they should be suspended for life and all that kind of stuff. People always show who they really are. Oh, right on, man. Right on, man. Appreciate that, man. East Oakland, me too, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Dubs, baby. The Dubs, man. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. I've been doing this way too long. I done covered way too many fights. I done had this channel for a minute, but like I said, they just try to play stupid and shit. He got caught. Now, hey, here's the thing. Now it ain't no investigation. Now it ain't no, oh, well, this could have happened, that could have happened. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this once again. You are responsible for what goes in your body. It is up to you to look. When somebody give you a supplement, you are supposed to do research on this supplement, and then the person that is giving you the supplements, you need to do research on him, and you need to do research on where it came from. What are the ingredients? It's really that simple. Like Roger Goodell used to say when he was like suspended players for possibly testing positive for marijuana or testing positive for PEDs, like he said, you responsible for what go in your body, man. That's real talk. Don't try to change the narrative now. Oh, my Cash App, I can't even remember. I can't even remember. I'll link it. I'll link it in one of my videos. I'll link it in one of my videos, probably the next one I do. But what's up, Queen? Connor Coyley, Connor Coyley, who fought Vito Manicki Jr., aka White Magic. Now they fought to a majority draw, but many people thought that Manicki did enough to get the W. But they have ruled the fight a no contest because Connor Coyley tested positive for PEDs. So basically he cheated, but ain't none of the mainstream media outlets, they ain't said nothing. They ain't said a damn thing. They ain't said nothing. There ain't been one video talking about this. Oh, because I know this isn't a story. Oh, I know why. Because the fighter that either tested or basically had you know, the fighter is black. I'm sitting up thinking, like I said, Ryan Garcia tested positive, and like I said, Devin Haney's name was ran through the mud. And then I go to White Magic's, X account, and people are celebrating him, saying, "Yeah, right on, right on. We got to get these cheaters. That's good. That's good." Well, why wasn't people saying that about Devin Haney? Oh man, Devin Haney a bitch. Devin Haney should have took his loss. Devin Haney should have just accepted the decision. Well, White Magic should have just accepted the decision that it was a majority, and he didn't even lose. He didn't lose or win. So I'm like, what? And I'm just looking, what the fuck? Ain't nobody made one video talking about this. So this is why I say that a lot of these major boxing media outlets, they full of it too. They full of it too. I don't care about no. I'm gonna make this very clear. When people say, "Oh, you only got this amount of views, you only got that," I don't give a fuck about no views. Because if I wanted to get views, I could do what every other dude do. Come with these catchy, clickbait, flashy titles, breaking news. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I can do that. I already know the formula to gaining 100,000 subscribers. I could have been did it. Put 2 on the 10. Talk crazy. I'm not doing that. It is what it is with me. And once again, the New York Athletic State Commission, they own it. They catching these fools. They catching these fools. I've been saying this for a minute. I think any fighter that get caught using PEDs, I think they should get charges pressed against them. I think they should be suspended a mandatory 2 years. Like I said before, I'm laughing at the fact we, a little less than a month away from Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is the one that tested positive for PEDs, but he the only one. He the only one that got a bad batch of that mystery meat. Hilarious. Hilarious. Everybody else been able to eat burritos and eat mystery meat in Mexico, but Canelo, for some reason, he just got basically I guess the batch he got, I guess all the cows at that particular farm, had something in them. Okay, Canelo, sure they did. Okay, Canelo, sure they did. Once again, he the one that got caught, but everybody is accusing Terrence Crawford. Like I said before, I'm gonna tell you something. People are starting to panic. Some fans are starting to panic. The Canelo fans are starting to panic. The Terrence Crawford haters, they're starting to panic because they think that Terrence Crawford is actually going to pull this off. So what better way? What better way to dismiss Terrence Crawford's victory should he win the fight by saying, "Oh, Terrence Crawford was on PEDs," with no proof, no definitive proof whatsoever, just basically hearsay. And like I said, I'm glad Terrence Crawford is coming after these cornballs. I'm glad, because they got way too many passes. So, with that being said, I will bid you a good night because I got to get up and go to work in a few hours. But I just wanted to prove my point. The hypocrisy is real, and these dudes are fake. These content creators are fake. Now, probably what's going to happen, a lot of them watch my channel. They're going to start making videos. They could have made videos yesterday. Like I said, there ain't one video, if I'm not mistaken. I'm subscribed to all their channels. I'm subscribed to Ellie's channel. I'm subscribed to Fight High. I'm subscribed to Fight Hub. I ain't seen one video get made. But there you have it. It's your boy. And by the way, I forgot what my Cash App is. I really did. But anyway, it's your boy Town.